What is up, Bish is? I was gonna say baddies, but Bish is came out anyway, so that's fine. We'll just go with it. We'll just go with it. A little bit of better lighting there. Looks a bit creepy. Looking a bit. I didn't want to turn that big ass bright light on, and this is the best thing I have to work with at the moment. So bear with my. I say I don't even mind that lighting right there. It's fine like that. It's really fine. Maybe just a little bit like that, like a little something like that. Just to give that little bit of an extra something something. So, before I get into this video, I just want to check to see if my light is, do a little, what are they called? Sound check, I guess. It's not really the word I was trying to think of, but it's close enough. It's close enough. Okay. Hmm. It's not really the word I was trying to think of, but it's close enough. It's close enough. Okay, we're good on that side. I'll probably leave this up so that I can actually actively check, because sometimes it does stuff up as we go on. But anyway, getting straight into the video, guys. As you can tell from the title, every season is the actual start of the year. Why do I even say this? Some people might not be that into astrology and they'll probably be like, what the fuck are you talking about? How is that the actual start of the year? The year is like a made up, man made concept, right? Just a concept of, or a way of tracking time, and that in itself is man made. You know what I mean? So, actually, Aries season marks the start of spring. So, when it comes to spring itself, what is that? That is when all the animals start to, majority of the animals start to give birth, start to have their young, right? And also, it is when it's when the flowers start to bloom. Nature starts to become more fruitful. You know what I mean? So all of this stuff is the energetic signature of the starting of something, of the beginning of something being birthed, of something blooming. You know what I mean? So when it comes to, if you're really looking at energetically, what is the start of the year? It can only be Aries season. It can only be the first three signs of spring, or the only three signs of spring, right? Which is Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And if you have anything else to say about it, I'm sorry to say, but you are wrong. You are wrong, because everything is going by the natural sequence, and seasons is actually the basis of what they even got the calendar from. It didn't go calendar and then seasons, it was more like seasons and then calendar, because you're observing the seasons change throughout each part of the year. Regardless, it's not until after the fact that you start to, draw things in and say, this part of the year is the start, I think, and this part of the year is the end. So now that I've got that little bit out of the way, anybody else who's not on that same wavelength or doesn't know what I'm talking about still, you might need to do your homework a little bit better, because that was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But, I don't want to be rude, because I feel like sometimes I can come across as rude when I be talking like that. But I just want to be real, I just want to be raw, I just want to be honest to you guys, and some of the stuff is just so basic and so simple. It really just, I'm like, how do people not get this shit? Myself included, you know what I mean? Because even for myself, before I fully learned like a decent amount about astrology, I was like, This is difficult. This is so confusing, and then you actually learn that it's correlated based on the seasons, and the seasons have a certain energetic signature, which is just based on, okay, what are we observing in the seasons? What are the characteristics? If you want to put it plainly, want to put it simple for the little dum-dums out there. And then I was like, oh my gosh, all the stuff that I thought was hard was like some of the most simple shit. Like, fuck. Like, that is so weird. All the stuff that I thought was confusing was like some of the shit that was like in front of my eyes every single freaking day. You know, it's like that. That's astrology for you. That's life for you, honestly. A lot of the stuff you'll think that you will need to go out and like really deeply involve yourself into and constantly search for a reason to why all this kind of shit. It really is the most simple shit, and once you actually let go of that and you stop going out to try and search for it, you actually find that you gain way more clarity on the situation because you've let it go, you've allowed it to be light and free rather than holding on to it and making it heavy. Because when you hold on to shit and you're attached to shit, that's really what makes it heavy and hard. When you're able to be detached, and of course it's about balance. You know, you got to find an equal amount or a nice balanced amount of attachment and detachment. I won't say equal because, you know, sometimes certain situations require you to be more detached, and other situations require you to be more attached. You know what I mean? You're not going to manifest much if you're not attaching to certain things and allowing it to become heavy. But you're also not going to free yourself from stuff much, and kind of detach and not feel tied down by so many things unless you start to detach properly. You know what I mean? So all of that shit, tickety dies in, tickety tit 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 tit. So when it comes to Aries season, this is the start of the year. So you really, if you were ever to do a New Year's resolution, should be now. But I don't really care about that shit anyway. But it'd be a good time to put in those rituals for you to manifest and create the reality you want. If anything, I actually was doing it. I actually more started really putting into my affirmations last season, which was Pisces season. But now that I'm in Aries season, that already just kind of gave me the head start because I was already on those affirmations. Now I can knuckle down. Now I can knuckle down on them even more, you know. Don't mind me with my yawning, guys. Sorry about that. Might need to start doing these videos a little bit earlier because the yawning is not it. I'll be doing my videos at like 12, 1 usually. Because I kind of like to do my shit during the day. And then also sometimes it's not quiet enough and I like it quiet. So I'm free of distractions. Which, you know, may change because I like to be free and shit like that. You know, I don't like to, like I said, tie myself down too much. Be too deeply attached to shit. So, as we're kind of coming into Aries season, you're gonna feel this energy, you're gonna feel this passion, you're gonna feel this motivation. But that's more tied to the moon. So feeling is probably not the best word to use. But your actions are backed and supported by how you feel, you know. So generally speaking, Aries season is gonna give us that kind of kickstart, like, you know, head start to do what we need to do in order to go for our passions, to act on our passions, to create or initiate a new way of seeing and feeling about things. Because Aries is cardinal fire, and cardinal is all about initiation. Okay, so that probably also explains why I was being a little bit rude at the start of the video, right? But really, it's probably just that energy of that Aries kind of alignment coming through a little bit. Because I naturally kind of attune to the energies in a way where I'm able to harmonize, I've noticed. And so sometimes I'll find myself doing certain things and then I'll look at the alignments afterwards and I'll be like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. It ties in with my whole thought process as well as my actions. But at the same time, you should really be transcending that shit and rising above it instead of like kind of thinking into it and allowing it to kind of influence you. We really are the influence in the first place. And in terms of astrology, like we are those energies that are influencing us as what we call astrology. But because everyone's kind of lost into the physical, everyone just thinks that it's something kind of external, and also probably due to a lot of people just not really knowing in general or misleading others. You know, people will just kind of assume that it's something out there, that is influencing us. But you have a spirit and you have a mind, and all of our collective minds together would make up pretty much the whole entire energetic force or wave that we are feeling as an influence in a sense. So when it comes to me saying that like we are that, like as a collective, we are that kind of energetic wave, which is why we can even classify ourselves as certain signs and under different categories, having different planets and all that. Because each particle of the wave will play out its own kind of unique perspective, but altogether it makes the whole wave. And the whole wave is what we would call each of the different signs or constellations or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Does not matter, you know? What matters is that we are part of that together. So I'm really tired right now. What the fuck? It just be hitting me when I jump alive, man. Mind you, I did want this video to be kind of short. So that's cool, that's cool. I didn't actually realize the last video I did was like 4 days ago. I try to keep it like 3 day mark, but it's fine, it's perfectly fine. Because you always need some form of balance. Especially because I've been doing like every second day, every third day for the past however long, I can't even remember. You know, my spirit, my mind was like, no, we need something different. Okay, we need something a little bit. Okay, this thing. So, when it comes to this video, I had something else like towards the end that I kind of wanted to mention that was kind of not related to astrology, but that's perfectly fine. Anyways, we're 29 degrees Capricorn moon as well, so you know, we're definitely experiencing the fruits of our labor with that kind of energy. whether good or bad, you know. And we're going to be known for that, known for those fruits, known for those fruits of our labor. And so, whether you want to admit it or not, you know, you'll be privy to those energies that you've been putting out into the universe, into the collective consciousness, you know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, am I struggling to keep my eyes open? So yeah, be mindful of your passion, you know, where's your passion directed in? Where's your motivations directed? Are they actually like benefiting you, babes? Or are they more holding you back? You know? It's definitely something that I found. And also like your passions and your motivations will start to kind of show who you could be known as or for. Or you could be known for as a person type shit. And also like your passions and your gosh dang. I'm gonna have to hop off for a second. Don't mind me guys, I'm literally struggling to keep my eyes open. I thought I had way more energy than this, so we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Oh, no. Yeah, so with that Capricorn moon and that Aries sun, definitely a lot of passionate kind of energy, Mars like energy. So you know, you may be feeling very direct, or like you have a lot of direction, or you're able to stand on some form of business, right? So if you've been like working on your business, now would be the time when you might start to get like kind of more prospects or whatever you would call it, like more clients and so on and so forth. Start to act on those, you know, with more creative ideas for your business and stuff like that. But we're also, you know, sort of on that cusp of Aquarius too. So it's important to remember that with the Aquarius, this is all about like kind of disassociating or associating with certain things, you know. So because you're known for something now, whatever that was, whether it's positive or negative, we jump into that Aquarius energy where you're able to associate with the certain things that you now would be known for, and therefore they start to become your associations, your network, your relationships and all that kind of stuff. Relationships is more seventh house, but you know, when it comes to Aquarius, it also can tie in with that because networks is a form of relationship, right? Right. So I will see you guys for the next video because at this point, I may fall asleep on live, and that is not cute. So I'll just leave it at this one, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, peace.